Navalny. You remember him?
I do.
He was probably the most prominent opposition leader of Putin in Russia. And the Russian courts found him guilty of all kinds of things. There were a lot of charges against Navalny, and they finally got that guy and put him away. Ooh, can you imagine?
Super legitimate legal process that led to that.
Right. Mm-hmm. Imagine what it's like to live in Russia. Aren't you glad you live here? So we told you a couple of weeks ago he was taken from, I think he was in Moscow, and he was taken in the middle of the night someplace. His attorney didn't know where he was for like 2 weeks. Finally, they say, we took him to the Polar Wolf Arctic Penal Colony. Now, this is a place, it's in the Arctic Circle. And there is no escape because you go outside and you die. So I didn't think this was good for him. You know, I don't think anybody thought, oh, well, he's going to kick back there. You know, I think there were some people that thought he didn't even make it there, you know, somehow or another. Oh, it's just he caught a cold. It was breezy in his head because they found a hole in his head. But he was out Ready? He was out walking last Friday in the Polar Wolf Arctic Penal Colony. Apparently, he liked to go outside and walk. Now, does that sound like something in the wintertime, Stu, that you would recommend?
You know, no, I would not. And it's, you know, I'm not a fan of exercise generally, but I think this is the type of exercise you should avoid for sure.
Yeah, it's, again, in the Arctic Circle. So he apparently just loved to walk outside, and they'd let him. And they said that, 47 years old. He's the guy who went after the corruption and opulence of the crooks and thieves of Russia's elites and Putin. And they said he just went outside for a walk, and then he came back in and he felt unwell. And then, they brought him back to the cell, and he fell unconscious almost immediately. And the prison said, quote, all necessary resuscitation measures were carried out, which did not yield positive results.
Oh,
and
you're kidding me.
No. And I am sure they strapped electric wires to him and beat his chest. That's not the way we would put it here. I'm sorry. But so Putin was told about the death, and he said,
all broken up.
All broken up. I think he might have been a little sad because he didn't get to throw this guy from a window,
I mean, it's a really a huge shocker that this happened. I was really surprised. The most surprising death of all time.
Yeah, and I don't think anything else could be said except this. When I first was told the story, I heard them say, yeah, he was on a walk at the Polar Wolf, and I didn't know that was the name of the prison, and I misheard them. I thought they said he was on a walk on the Polar Roof Arctic Penal Colony, and
just kept walking, forgot to take the left-hand turn.
That's really not a good I mean, in any way, shape, or form, you're in Russia, don't walk on the roof. They have a problem. I don't know if they're all slippery or what, but a lot of people fall from the roof.
Imagine the balls of this guy are like, too, in the middle of all of this going on. Like, he has no fear at all for any repercussions as to his actions of just killing people that oppose him. Has no. I mean, all the microscopes that are on every one of his actions right now, and does not care at all. And I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, a little bit.